What's going on, Jerome's? Happy Thursday. Happy Boxing Day out there to those who celebrate Liverpool. Liverpool. That's right. So, Slingin Sammy Darnold, of course, he is the man of the moment. He has been the center of a lot of speculation, a lot of talk, what's going to happen this offseason, but more importantly, what's going to happen this season. Also, there's very few pictures of Sam Darnold smiling, which I actually think helps him because it's something that Kevin O'Connell talks about a lot. He doesn't get too high. He doesn't get too low. He's just in the middle. But when I see you smile, Ginger Jesus, come on, baby. Come on down, man. All right. And he has become Slingin Sammy Darnold, a.k.a. America's quarterback, because in America, they love to build you up. When he was the number 3 overall pick in 2018, they'd love to tear him down, Jets and the Panthers, and then build him back up and win a Super Bowl with the Vikings in a rebuild year. Something like that. They'll catch on, right? Of course, Redhead Redemption is in full swing. And, of course, it's like soda, purple stuff. Although the purple stuff looks kind of good. Also, this must be like an Italian household because they got the giarata. I can never say that right. Pickled vegetables that they put on Italian beef sandwiches. And then soda, purple stuff. Sammy D. Also, I like the whole wedge of cheese. Whatever happened to Colby cheese? Not Kojak. You know, who loves you, baby? But Colby cheese, because I remember that used to be a real thing. I'm sure it's still around, but it used to be super popular because I just remember growing up. That was the chunk cheese that my dad would eat. Like he would get like a half moon of Colby, not Colby Jack, just Colby, right? And it's like super dense. And then like a thing of Braunschweiger, probably not even saying that right either. And he would eat it with peanut butter. Maybe that explains why I'm the way that I am. Anyways, but of course, Darnold, the chemistry with Jefferson is there, Addison, Hockenson, Kevin O'Connell. Like this entire offense is rolling. They're peaking at the right time. They're about to whoop somebody's ass Sunday against the greasy grimy Green Bay Packers. And Darnold this year, man, it's been pretty impressive. And you do have to parse out what is him. What is the weapons? What is everything? But I do think it is like a yin and yang thing where everything comes together, sweet and sour, all complement each other. And Darnold, I mean, we'll just say it. Like he's been a top 5 quarterback this season. You're going to be hard pressed to name 5 better quarterbacks than Slingin Sammy Darnold right now, right? We will give you Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Burrow, probably give you Herbert too. That's it. That's it. Right, and Darnold is top 5 in a bunch of key categories: yards per attempt, ADOT, touchdowns, obviously with 32, quarterback rating. He's 3rd at 105.4. Fourth quarter comebacks, we'll talk about big time throws. Drop them out. Let me see them. BTTs, big time throws via PFF. We'll explain in a second, as well as QB wins, which this feels different. This feels different than like say 2017 Case Keenum, where it felt like. You had the number 1 defense, which is fantastic. But it felt like that was a once-in-a-lifetime magic carpet ride, flash in the pan, lightning in a bottle, whatever phrase you want to use that can't be replicated. And, the way that Keenum's subsequent career played out, he got paid in Denver, went to Washington. That holds true. But I think Darnold does have some staying power, whether it's here, maybe somewhere else, but more than likely his best chance for success would be here. That could factor into how much he gets paid. But big-time throws, 31. So PFF defines big-time throws as BTTs, a pass with excellent ball location and timing, generally thrown further down the field and or in a tighter window, and that's what Darnold has done. Again, he ain't just checking it down. I mean, Bo Nick's all up in here. He's 4th in yards per attempt. He's first in ADOT at 9.4. So he is going downtown Julie Brown. 31 big-time throws, only behind Josh Allen and Joe Burrow. So that's pretty good company to be in. And then fourth quarter comebacks, game-winning drives. He has 5 on the season. Jacksonville, Chicago, Arizona, Seattle, obviously, as well as Atlanta. Well, I guess that was technically a game-winning drive in the fourth quarter, but also I would include the Packers game where the Vikings had to go down, secure that field goal when they had been shut out in the second half, but Darnold sacked up, they got it done, and then also against the Jets, getting that brace at the end where things definitely did not go his way, and that's the thing about Darnold where. He's had a couple of rough games. Also, he's had 12 games above 100 quarterback rating, which is leading the league by far. But he's had a couple of tough games, but they both ended up being wins. The Jets and the Jaguars game. And even in those games themselves, he didn't feel sorry for himself, and when they needed plays in the fourth quarter, he went down and made them. And I think that really does play into the type of player that he is, as well as I think that's going to bode well for him in the future. And there are a couple questions, Darnold. Like, is this the system or is it Darnold? Now, obviously, the offensive line, sometimes it doesn't do him favors, but it is decent with Brian O'Neill. It would be better with Christian Darrisaw, but Cam Robinson has been aight. Then you have, of course, Jefferson, the best receiver in the game. Addison, the best wide receiver 2 in the game. Hawkinson, a top 3 tight end, and he's not 3. And also Aaron Jones, who's one of the best receiving running backs that we've seen in the league in quite some time. Also, Ken McCarthy do the same or better. I think that skill set wise, I think that he is up there with Slingin Sammy Darnold. Plus, he's 21. Plus, growing and showing with Kevin O'Connell long term, adapting the offense to number 9. I understand why the Vikings be ready to gamble and good to go. Also, will Darnold continue at this level? If Darnold stays here, can he replicate that? Yes. I think that, like we said, this is way different than Case Keenum. I even with the Vikings, if he continued in 2018, I don't think that he would have been able to replicate his 2017 success. And that's not throwing Keenum under the bus. It just is what it is. But with Darnold, I think that with everything in place, again, remember, Jefferson, Addison, Hawkinson, all under contract through 2027. And Kevin O'Connell staying here, even if McCown and or Phillips leaves. And also you get Darrisaw back eventually. The running game will get souped up next year, whether Jones is back or not. Hopefully the interior offensive line gets fixed. Throw money at Tevin Jenkins, Ryan Kelly, and Trey Smith. I do not care how much it costs. And yes, I understand that there is going to be some sort of capology jiu-jitsu if you bring Sam Darnold back, but cross that bridge when we get there. I trust what Rob Brzezinski can do. But I think 100% Darnold can stay at this level and even do better. Now, will he do that if he goes to the Raiders or the Titans or wherever? Or are we going to see more Jets level Sam Darnold, more Panthers level Sam Darnold? Don't know. Also, he's never had the deer in headlights look. Now, he obviously had that with the Jets, but also that could be part and parcel of him being a young player or lack of talent around him. And I think that year with San Francisco last season was important, where he's around a winning organization, got some great coaching from that staff, and I think that plays into his level of success this year with the Vikings. Also, will Sammy D be him in the playoffs? Yes. I think that we've seen Darnold been in extremely tight spots this season, and when the Vikings needed a drive, especially like when momentum was going against them. I mean, look at that Bears game, look at the Cardinals, look at the Seahawks, where the Vikings had every single reason to quit, even the Packers and the Jets game. Every single possible reason to quit, and Sammy D was just like, no, we're not doing this today. Marching down, getting points, need to play when you need it. Also, hey, remember the Lions game too. If Addison had run his route properly and hadn't bunched up with Jefferson, I mean, Darnold doesn't have to sail that ball along the sidelines. Viking gets that first down, they win. All right, so and then that's another big time clutch play by Slingin Sammy Darnold, and the Vikings would be 14-1. All right, so I truly do believe that the bright lights big city is not going to be too much for Darnold in the playoffs if and when they need him. And plus, I still think that they will put on a show, right? And with all this, tag and trade value is going through the roof. Like, wait around for a 2026 comp pick. No. Hey, guess what? Since the free agent class and draft class are whatever in terms of quarterbacks, you want Sam Darnold, Vikings, we got all the leverage. Tag, minimum of a first. Bring it on. Bring it on, man. But it's very easy to enjoy the season because Slingin Sammy Darnold has been clutch, and it's okay to dream just a little bit. The Vikings have the number 2 scoring defense in the league, as well as they got all the weapons on offense. Kevin O'Connell is absolutely in his bag right now, and Slingin Sammy Darnold has been playing absolutely above the rim. So he's been clutch this year, and I think that you'll see this many, many more times the rest of the regular season and into the playoffs. Hey, guess what? Like we said, one game at a time. You can't go 2-0 unless you go 1-0. But 5 more wins, you win the Super Bowl. How crazy is that? It's awesome, man. But your thoughts are thoughts. Slingin Sammy Darnold has been absolutely clutch. Most young people don't know what this is. Anyways, Skull production value.